BRB. I will hurry back. Okay. Sorry that took so long. It's about as long as I care to take. Well, you know, it was a while ago when I built this, a few months. And it's out of my mind now. You know, what I actually did. Welcome back. Did you find the connection? Well, I found the box. And in order to save time, I just threw the box in here in the room. I'll open it up during one of these next fast travels because I think we're fast traveling to Good Neighbor. I ran out of soda, damn it, so I could just grab a drink. And if I'm not drinking soda, I've got a drink that I make. It's what I do because I just find water so terribly boring. I only drink it if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just dry. I take a lemon, I cut it in half, I squeeze half of a lemon into a 20-ounce glass. Then I fill that up with seltzer water and a quick shot of cranberry, like a pink lemonade. I went downtown today. I hadn't left the house for a week. Went to see my buddy. He runs a motorcycle shop. He's got a tool I needed to test my battery for a load test, which most people don't understand, but it's a tool I don't have. I got a multimeter, but that doesn't but I forgot my wallet. So when I went shopping, I couldn't get more soda because oh, there you go. Yeah, so let's go to Good Neighbor. And while that's doing its thing, let me open this box. Because what I might have done was I might have decided not to use the connections. Maybe it had them, but I decided not to use them. Oops. I do remember one of the guys I watch online for this stuff, how they sell them special. And somehow I may have misremembered no, there's no connection. There's no connectors in this box. No connectors. Now, I like to reuse stuff, but the graphics card would not work until I used those that came with the unit. Huh. Well, whatever it takes to make it work. The way I remember it, originally, these big cards did not come with the special 90-degree elbows for the wires. Not initially. It was a shortcoming that how long has it been? Well, when the card first came out.
Whoever this Brotherhood of Steel
So
is,
what's it been?
I'm not buying that
Six
come in
months?
peace malarkey.
6 months ago? I kind of don't have access to that. I'd have to look. well, yeah, it's like I say, I rebuilt a whole new computer. It wasn't just an upgrade. But I would have those receipts. The dates would be on the receipts. But it was back when the 4090s in the 70s. It's back when those things first came out, and you couldn't get your hands on them. This is a mod, kind of changes up Good Neighbor a little bit. No, but how long's the 4090 been out?
All I'm saying.
4090 is a very new. And at some point, I think they realized a lot of builders were having problems fitting their GPU into a lot of cases. Somebody started making 90-degree fittings, and they probably started to include them later on in. And maybe I'm completely wrong, because I'm guessing. All I know is I don't have them in mine.
Huh?
I connected my power supply directly to my GPU. And I would have done that even if there were other connections, because it's another point of failure. Like a plumber or an electrician will tell you. You know, if you need a 10-foot piece of copper pipe, don't use two 5-foot pieces and put a connection in the middle.
Mr. Valentine.
Just buy a 10-foot piece of pipe.
I thought you had forgotten about little
The NVIDIA 4090 graphics card was announced in September of 22.
Amari's downstairs.
So that would have been something like, let's see, September is 9, and now, so that was like 3 or 4 months ago? Or am I a year off? Released on October 22, October, so that was that's a year and something. No, it wasn't that, it's not that long ago. And you know it because it's the top of the line. They haven't had time to invent anything else yet. That'll be right around the corner, though. Right around the corner. But I'm just theorizing, I'm guessing. I had a hard time to get mine. There was a lot of Bitcoin mining, and those miners were buying up all the real strong GPUs at one point. And that market was starting to collapse, but they had already bought up a bunch of stuff. It was expensive.
Dr. Amari?
Yes. Wait.
There was a lot of places that it wasn't in stock, it wasn't in stock, it wasn't in stock.
What's this all about?
Well, yes, the chip, yes. Let Nick explain.
This one's all yours, Nick.
We need a memory dig, Amari, but it's not going to be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
So what now?
Isn't there some way to make this work?
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Oh yeah, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. In the very few places where you could get these things, you had to pay such a premium. Oh my God. I got gouged so hard for my GPU and my CPU, but I wanted it that bad.
Were you going to...
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait.
Now you got a
That's the
2060
hippocampus.
just sitting
And
around.
this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
My last GPU was the 980 Ti classified. And 8 years ago, that was an ass-kicking card. It still is, but not for playing the brand newest games.
Go
I didn't
on,
hear that.
Doctor.
Mr. Valentine
And
is an
Mr.
older generation
does not
synth,
even know what he has.
But Institute technology being what it is,
Most people
the
don't.
brain implant could
Why
fit
would
in.
why would they?
That's an incredible risk to take. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
Let's be sarcastic.
We should try plugging you into a toaster next. Fresh toast.
It's nice to know that even when I'm about to have a foreign object shoved into my noggin, you find new horrible ways to laugh at my expense.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Sorry, Nick. I
Let's
just had to
see
make a
here.
joke.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make
Island
sense of any of
pieces,
it,
so you can make
That's what I
islands.
was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions
I
are
did
correct.
download
It appears
Castles in the
Institute has
Sky
one last
and
visit.
some kind of
There's a
cabin in the
lock on
woods.
memories in the implant.
I love the stairs to Cabin in the Woods. They're as wide as a whole floor section, and they snap and they'll also clip down into the ground. Those stairs are my favorite piece. And in Castles in the Sky, the parts of the floor, section
Speak up now.
the section 1 stones, they match the castle. So you can rebuild the castle walls by clipping those in. It was working wonderful. Yeah, I like those. There's a lot going on there. So I needed to speak.
Speak up now.
A way to break it? A lock? You're kidding me. I don't know what to say. Is Nick okay?
Is Nick gonna be okay?
Yes, the connections appear to be stable. Hopefully, it'll be as simple as unplugging the implant once we're done. But that doesn't get around the current problem. The memory encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory lounge.
So
Run your cognitive functions in parallel.
I just
Relax
downloaded
most,
more than
while
100
your
more
consciousness
mods.
drives through whatever memories we can find.
Not just downloaded them, but they're active. I'm running them. In the process, my menu fixed. Remember my menu? My build menu was broke. We talked about the menu fixer that I tried and didn't fix it. My menu was fixed. It was wonderful. Man, I was loving life. But I'm like, oh,
I didn't hear that.
just a few more mods. And I broke my menu again. Tried to fix it. It's not fixed. Let's do it.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
But I'm not doing all that much building now. And I'll work at fixing it. I'll disable a couple mods that I don't feel I really have to have. I've read a little bit about this menu breaking stuff.
Just sit in the memory lounger when you're ready.
I understand why it breaks in a layman's way of, and I think I'll just unbreak it the same way. Sarcastic sneak makes me laugh. Well, and the other one I downloaded was another one of the chatters mentioned that day was, what did he call it? Something plus, modders plus, builders plus, workshop plus. It lets your character fly so you can build and not worry about staging. We'll say, as you are sneaking, you're fucked. Or whatnot. That sounds like another mod. My sneak doesn't say that. Oh, you're waiting for me to sit somewhere? I'm having two conversations at the same time here. I'm not doing a good job at either. Sarcastic Sneak is the name of the mod.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host.
I found a whole crap ton of clothes.
We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find.
And they were
They
all
might not be
CBBE
stable. Just hold on.
compatible. And I tried them all, and they all work. They don't clip. They don't screw up my body.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact
I had to take a
and hope we'll
step.
find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
It was kind of a leap of faith.
There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
A lot of these clothings have high heels, and that's a whole different realm. What else did you get? Well,
Remember,
animation for the high heels.
This may prove
There's
disorienting at
there's
first.
skeleton tweaks and whatnot for that kind of animation, so that high heels work. They don't clip through the ground up to the person's ankle. And there was one that changed the sound so that it sounded like, because high heels make a unique sound, and so it changes the sound to that. Zex, I remember the word Zex. I don't remember what I remember about it.
And that makes it official, folks. The final vote count.
Turn down that goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
Something I loaded broke my face. It turned my face brown. That's why I'm wearing the mask, to cover my broken face. I don't know if it was the Zex changing my skeleton.
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Yeah,
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
from what I was reading,
Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough.
yeah, it's a conflict.
You're the man of the family now.
I'm familiar with
It's
the
your
black
job
face.
to protect us. Your father's useless.
I
but
know
you
how
will
to
turn
fix
out
it.
like him.
I got a couple
And all
mods that
that
are
on the
clashing,
radio. All useless
and
talk.
they're breaking my
The only
face.
thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands.
It's a
You need to
mismatch.
learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory.
What I was reading
close to
about
you
the
in
high
temporal
heels, they had to
sequence.
change the way,
There. Try that one.
not just the feet, but the way the knees in the thighs, in order to make them look right, they had to change the skeleton. I turn off the mod. I thought was making the Raider outfit tweak. That's what I do. And depending on what the mistake is, I'll get rid of half my mod list and see if it went away. And if it did, well then I'll reinstall the first half, see if it comes back. Or you start with the last 5, get rid of the last 5, see if it went away. You know, depending on the numbers you're dealing with, get rid of so many at a time. Eventually you narrow it down. But I know enough about it where I know the mod that has something to do with sound isn't what's going to break my face. It's going to be a clothing mod, or it's going to be a animation mod. You know, something to do with presets and looks menu.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
50-50,
But we don't know
yeah.
anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
You called him
We are.
Connie.
You'll see.
We call him Kellogg.
That's okay. I got it.
So I'm playing these things different. I'm not
Let's keep looking.
clicking
I'll
on
connect
her
you to the
memory
next intact memory.
and then clicking on his memory. I'm just walking into the room and sitting there and let it say whatever it wants to say. Like here, I could access his memory.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance.
You said there was another memory.
I finally got steady
So,
work with a good outfit.
let's see, some of the other...
Nothing like that in the NCR these
I
days.
found that Wi-Fi you were talking about. Not happy with it. I tried to find the one I used to have. I thought I found it, but it's not in my menu. You know, I tried that Wi-Fi stuff, and it doesn't have a very far reach. And I'm comparing it to what I had before. I could just put up one connector and like a whole building would be powered. I mean, not a 10 by 10 footprint, but a 5 by 5 footprint would be covered. You know, 2 stories, 3 stories, I forget the exact coverage. You didn't have to get close for your stuff to work. I tried a couple mods with that, and I couldn't get it to work.
How did you think this was going
ICS
to end,
Wi-Fi
Kellogg?
router generators and such mod is what it is called.
You thought you could just fuck with us?
ICS?
And we wouldn't fuck with you?
I forget what it was called.
Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I got an ICS something or other.
I found another
What
memory
was
to
it?
try. I'll connect you.
Is it back here? There it is.
How did you think this was going to end, Kellogg?
Yes, they can.
You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you?
But that's where I was calling it a tool that Vortex uses. It says, oh, you've got two mods conflicting. They're both trying to change the same files. Some of the files are identical. Which one do you want to take precedence over which other one? Oh, I now have severe weather in my games. Wow. I stay away from those globals. I'm already having trouble with my game. I can't play it on ultra or it crashes. I got it down to medium, and then some things are low, some things are turned off. Global mods, they can be some of the more taxing ones.
Sit down.
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
At least the way I understand
we'll
it.
pay you.
And you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer.
Well, yeah, the
Try
proof
this
the
next
proof
one.
is in the playing. The way I understood it, let's say I got a mod that puts in my menu trees or bushes. I can put.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
I could put a tree in my settlement, or 2 trees, or 10 trees. I could put some trees in my settlement. But then there's another mod, a global mod, that will smatter the entire Commonwealth with trees. I call that a global mod. And the way I understand it, those are the ones that can be the most taxing. Like the weather mods, the grass mods, the season mods. I don't know why they included weather in that list. Maybe I'm misremembering what I read. Lexer's Summer Lot. I'm playing a fall mod because of all the fall colors and the fall leaves. I like the fall mod personally, but because it's, for me, it's about color. It's the optics.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with
This is one of my favorite
So,
scenes.
You're with the Institute.
This
I
is
wanted to
this is
see for
just
myself
priceless.
if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
Summer adds a lot of color.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B748. Initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about
Yeah,
after
the
all.
flowers pop.
Getting
I got the
warmer.
pine tree one.
One of these has got to tell us something.
There's actually living trees.
We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
I haven't found one that I'm completely happy with because they indiscriminately put trees in places where they're clipping through existing buildings. If that happens outside a settlement, you can't scrap it. So right on the edge of your settlement, there could be a tree growing right through a building. And I've got one that adds a lot of like grass and flowers, and they're kind of tall. So if you're trying to build a floor, the flowers and stuff stick up through your floor. So you gotta rise it up above the flowers. But you can do that. But existing buildings, you can't fix.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
I'll try to locate another memory as quickly as I can.
But I settle for it because it's better than nothing.
Checking through the logs.
I've
Hopefully
tried
it's all-
many. I've tried many.
Pod C6, down the hall near the end.
Skyrim too, grasslands. There's been so many. Sometimes you can disable those. Well, I do. I don't care if I'm in the middle of the game or not. I just do
This
it.
is the one. Here.
Open it.
Eventually, I'll get this playlist, this mod list down, and I'll leave it and start a new playthrough.
Is it all
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
okay?
Come here.
No.
Come here, baby.
No. I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Disable then mark for death.
Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
I downloaded a couple other mods that
What's the holdup?
won't
Almost
work unless
finished,
I
hello.
start a new
I just need to
playthrough.
confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
You have to spell it correct. Well, two things. I find
Manual override initiated.
the biggest weakness
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Am I going the wrong way? Am I going backwards? If you're searching for a mod, like a browser search, but you're in Vortex, I don't know how Nexus works, but when you're searching for a mod, you type it into the search window. If you don't spell it exactly, and if you don't get the exact title right, that is console commands. Oh. I do very little in console commands. Almost nothing. It won't find your mod. It's not like browser searches where if you come close, it'll find it. It's got to be spelled exactly. I guess I'm willing to go this way. Yeah, this is right. My son told me he is the same way. Well, I downloaded that list of console commands, but I didn't spend the time going through it. I'll have to see if it interests me or not.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Oh boy. Piper's really done it this time. I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but Mayor, he's gonna be really mad this time. I probably shouldn't have even
Kellogg.
said anything.
It's okay. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn.
Girls? Well, he is a boy.
I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Seems like I just did Virgil.
Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
I was gonna say, normally you're not standing where you're standing when you just said that. What did you do with him?
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Well, I did the standard vanilla stuff with Virgil.
Bye.
I gave him his thing, and he gave me the plans for
Teleportation.
the thing. And
Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
so the other mod I couldn't get it to activate because I got to start a new game is it changes the caravan. It gets rid of those Brahmin, and it exchanges them for robots. Not the Assaultron, the one that looks like the ones from Lost in Space. I was watching my settlement.
Kellogg. It's okay.
Oh,
one of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure.
I guess I got to get out of here. It gets rid of those bumbling Brahmin that are always trampling all over everything.
I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
I was in Starlight Drive-In. I was watching my settlement. The Brahmin came bumbling in, and they bounced into those bollards, those black half posts right near the diner area. There's like a line of about 6 or so of them, spaced about 10 or 15 feet apart. Brahmin bumped into one, broke it off at the ground.
Take your time.
I went over there to repair it. It wouldn't repair. I had to delete it. So the Brahmin are breaking shit. I don't like that. I wanted those bollards there. Or I would have scrapped them.
Are you okay?
I'm busy here.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good. But I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Teleportation, what's to talk about?
We got what we needed. The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out.
Yes. Their greatest secret has finally been revealed. But that only leads to more questions. How does it work? Where do we go next?
Feeders are great for Brahmin that stay on your settlement. You can attract them to a safe corner. They won't be bumbling all over the place. But the trade route Brahmin, they just come and go. And I haven't unlocked the caravan yet. And I tried to get a mod that did, but my menu, it's hiding in my menu in a spot that's disappeared, I think. I can't find it. I guess it's part of a vanilla game. I can unlock it.
Take your time.
So I want to further the railroad
That
quest.
scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if
Yes,
they
I
were
do.
desperate.
And another mod I tried to download puts a bunch of chopped grass and leaves, some kind of forage, in the Brahmin feeder. So it's not always an empty bathtub with grass poking up through it. But again, that they say that's not going to work unless it's a new playthrough.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
I've got some really good building material. Like the concrete. There's like 6 different kinds of concrete. The kind we're used to, the stained kind. There's a clean kind. There's a light build. There's a heavy build. I don't know the difference there. There's painted. Under the painted, there's black, green, red. So there's... I used blue at the castle because blue's their color. I found some turret mod.
Feeling busy?
50 cal chain gun. Really cute. Oh, and I found something that's like... It's almost like a tank turret. It's not something... It's I don't know if it's OP.
Are you okay?
But when used judiciously, it's a nice addition. It does work good. Yes, it does. It all snaps correctly, and it looks real. And for me, that's important. It looks clean. It looks really good.
Find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way,
When I leave here,
unpacked Mr.
I'll show you
Valentine
some
first.
of it.
Remove the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Need to find out the name of it. I may like that one. I'll look and see if I can find out what it is. I don't know what it is. Well, Nick? Buddy? Are you upstairs? So this playthrough, I was able to get Irma to allow me to get a memory. She let me sit in one of these memory loungers and she gave me a memory. And no other playthrough was I ever able to get her to allow me to sit in one of these and get a memory.
Hey, Valentine.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
What?
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
Sounded like Kellogg, man.
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Amari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going.
Go alone.
I'm gonna head out on my own from here, Nick.
Good luck out there. You know where to find me.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a Grey Garden. So the mod I wished I could get, I got it for Skyrim, was to be able to be able to fast travel when you're already inside a building. All these games, you have to exit the building. You got to be outside. You got to see the sky. It's really nice to just be able to do one load screen. It is nice because it's one load screen. It's not so bad. That was a pretty quick load screen. But we're going to do another one. I think the best place to show you everything I was just describing is going to be the castle. Isn't it Skyrim that has a whole... Yes. Yes. You can adopt one boy. Well, you can adopt 2 children. Vanilla. Vanilla game allows you to adopt 2 children as long as you have a place to put them. A house that has beds for children. I've got a mod for Fallout 4 Starlight. Frankly, Scarlet. I've got something called Children of the Commonwealth. I forget what it's called. But you can attract settlers that are children. And I used to send them all to the lighthouse, Kingston Lighthouse. So I had like 20 kids there. But there's only 2 versions, the boy and the girl. All the girls look the same, all the boys look the same. I picked it up for this playthrough. You've got like 3 or 4 different clothings you can put on them.
Yes?
So here's the blue. That's a lovely paint job, and that looks clean. And that thing right there, believe it or not, sits on a turret stand, a tripod just like this. So you could put a whole bunch of these things. I think it is that one I picked up. Okay. You can place those right here on the ground one after another, but they look stupid. It's meant to clip through something. Some kind of a base. That's the colored concrete. I used some green concrete, not the round stuff. at spectacle. I used a black turret like this. I set one of these turrets up at the entranceway to Coop Manor, right where that driveway comes up, because that's where all your bad guys are. They're always coming up that road. So I put one of these. I don't know what does it call itself? It can be hard. It can be hard to activate it. Let's see. It's early in the list here. That's it right there. A 4K turret. 4K. 40K. I don't understand the nomenclature. 40K. 40,000. Certainly that barrel doesn't shoot a 40,000 caliber round. Oh, are there? I don't know how I found it. Concrete stained, rusty, worn, high density, low density, or lightweight, painted, and this is just the way the menu system is decided to path my different. What do you got? Black, blue, gray, green, red, white, yellow. But I don't know if I can find the name of it. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. I thought I would get rid of this, trying to fix the color in my face. Here's an interesting mod. You can take photos and add them to frames and put them, well, you're assuming it falls under the word concrete. That's not a search box. Well, maybe it is. I guess. Didn't find it. Yeah, there was. Oh. Probably got to spell it perfectly. I find these searches to suck. I figured the best way I'd have of finding it is go to the bottom of my list. Stop it. Must have pressed my third button on my mouse and scroll up until I found it. Oh, so they're calling it a 40K battle cannon. And then there's the 50 cal chain gun turret. Oh, and then the cannon turret. It's not really a turret, but those cannons, the cannon that's in the game, the vanilla cannon, you can now craft that. These turrets, I didn't even find them in my list. Here I was trying to get the power pylons to work right. Oh, another mod was Diamond City. it just fills the empty bleachers with buildings. It's just optics. Jolly item sounds. I think that's high heel sounds for people that wear high heels. Here's build your own pool. I found that, so I'm like, yeah. Oh, let's dance. I gotta see if this is working. I can shoot people with a gun and it makes them dance, and I can dance myself. I love that. Oh, the chef's outfit, some bikinis. This one was just a copy of this one. All the files were the same. This might be what's causing me a problem with my face. I'm going to temporarily disable that. Cowboy hat, some leotards, just clothing stuff. I don't know what this one is offhand. Clothing, and this is a race, an anime race. I don't know if I needed if that means I can put an anime person, or if it's at the preset, or I just needed that so I could get the clothing it was wearing. So that could be part of what's making my face dark as well. I want to scan through these. I'm looking for the concrete. But you're already finding a bunch of stuff that colors concrete. Texture question. Search con. Oh, underneath textures. Over here, maybe. Well, here's the installation time over here. So all these ones that were 2 days ago, it could be any one of these. Yeah, the one about dancing. It's called Let's Dance. That's the NPC version. There's another version for the player. Yeah, I like things that work too. I dislike things that don't work. Floors, roofs, and walls. No. These are pretty good though. So these are getting old. So category crafting. Okay, environment. Locations, miscellaneous. Resources. Keyword. Models and themes. NPC. Patch it. Player setup. Tried to unlock the caravan, but for some reason it's not working. My menu's broke. So it might have been under player settlement. Wow. I thought I'd find it under crafting. This one works good. There's another one that has it within it. This one's good. Oh, something for displaying sodas. I don't know where the concrete mod is, but you found it. You can probably find one just searching. Is there an upload box? Well, yes, there is. I don't remember what Homemaker was. If it was disabled, the answer would be yes. The answer would be yes. Sort alphabetically H, Homemaker. Home, yes, disabled. I don't remember what it was about it. It might be that it didn't give me anything that I already had somewhere else. Yes, I remember this. One of the things I often do, first I'll read the description, and if it doesn't scare me, I look at the requirements, but then I check out the images. And I look to see, is there anything here? Do I want this stuff? And when I'm having trouble with my menu, I start getting rid of stuff that isn't my most favorite stuff. I'd like this. I'd really love this, but I couldn't find it in my menu. Some of this pre-war player house, you can just build the walls instead of I don't know if this is the whole house. I want windows. I want to be able to build windows. So you notice it's disabled, but I have not deleted it from my archive. Because when I find a mod that I finally judge as trouble, causes trouble, I don't want it. I don't want to try it again in another playthrough from the beginning. I don't want it. I don't just delete it, but I eliminate from the archive. I just take it off my computer. I totally eliminate it. Like it's uninstalled. Like this is just disabled. It's not uninstalled. Better settlers. I uninstalled it. I might go with it. But when it's uninstalled, that's how close it is to just being deleted from my archive. It adds a whole bunch of different looking settlers. I forgot what my problem was with it. I forgot. But it's there for a reason. Okay, yeah, I did upload my mod list. Oh, you're back already. I need a quick mile break. BRB. Wow, time sure does fly. My wife's already up for the morning. Oh, wow. And it's already another hour. I kind of like taking a 3-minute break every hour.